Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wrestlemania 40 edition of the Blue Thunder Pod. I'm your host, Billy Sullivan. With me, as always, my mother's favorite podcast host, Salt of the Earth, Dave Olinovich. Dave, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm ready for Wrestlemania, and I think we should start by just acknowledging.
So, video, by the way, acknowledging in this way, but more importantly, absolutely, I acknowledge my tribal chief. Last week we were talking about how Roman lost his theme, which I did very firmly believe. And then as soon as his music played, I was like, oh, yeah, he still rules. This music is so great. Doom, doom, doo, doo. And I listened to it in my car at full blast, like 10 times in a row. It's the only two wrestling songs that have that kind of effect on me. It was Roman's and then MJF's like orchestral into the full.
Oh, yes.
The one that starts with the boom, boom, and then burn. Love it so much. Yeah. But Roman's is the same way.
It's amazing.
I play that and I feel like I'm a badass. Like I can kick anybody's ass.
If you're like on the highway and there's multiple lanes, like let's say 4 lanes, and you're in the middle lane and you play Roman's music, all the cars are now your bloodline that are behind you. They're following you.
Scream off the window. I drive super slow when I'm playing it because, that's how Roman rolls.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? I think I texted it to you. I know I sent it to Nick. The gentleman at the wedding party, at the actual ceremony, did the. I loved it.
Yeah,
it was so great. He did the Roman Reigns thing. The entire groom side jumped up immediately with the fingers up as soon as the music played. Yeah. The entire bride side was like, this is neat, I guess, but what the fuck is going on?
It's good.
They're all looking around like, who? Why?
Yeah.
Why are people pointing? And then when the groom came out, he did the all right, everybody get up, doing this. So then a lady on the bride side started doing this because she thought, they were copying him doing the finger. I guess this is the thing we're doing now.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. And then they shot off awesome pyro that seemed like it was going to burn the building down.
Good. Proud father.
I love seeing shit like that on the internet. So.
Yeah. Well, we saw his entrance. I don't see many other groom's entrances.
But,
so
most of us only get really one opportunity to have a cool entrance in our life.
Yeah.
So you got to use it when you have the chance.
Yeah.
I came out to True Romance.
That's not bad.
Theme. Yeah.
You think babies are being born to Roman Reigns' theme song? Like in the labor and delivery room?
I think they're being conceived without male there. I think they're just conception happens.
Sure.
And then when the baby becomes conceived, it's just like a zygote, but it puts his little finger up and acknowledges its tribal chief.
There's got to be a photo somewhere of a baby in utero where his arms it's weird that he's got that lay on too.
He's doing the Rock one because the Rock's the real tribal chief.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
So this episode, it's our WWE half of Blue Thunder Pod. A little bit different than usual because you guys might have heard it's a special week. So we're not going to do a full breakdown of Raw and SmackDown. We'll talk about the big beats as we go here because it all ties into the main thing we're going to be doing. As you probably could have guessed by the lays and the acknowledgement. This is our...
I'm doing Sabu.
WrestleMania 40. Yeah, Sabu was...
Sabu,
he
turn to the side.
Got to do the... go down.
Crick in the elbow. Not as successful.
Oh, no. Lots of scars, though.
Yeah, lots of scars. No main events. No WrestleMania main events. Did you see the fucking record, by the way, WrestleMania main event record? On Saturday,
they suck most of them. I know that.
Roman will tie Hulk Hogan for the most WrestleMania.
9 or something.
8 on Saturday, so he will tie Hulk Hogan with the most WrestleMania events at 8, and then on Sunday he will break it at 9.
I do have a slight bugaboo about that one.
A bugaboo.
There's only one main event for WrestleMania.
Well, so even if
I don't care if it's 5 nights. The last night, the last match, that's the main event.
So he would have at least tied it this year.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, for his record, it probably wouldn't even matter because he always closed the show for... Remember how long they just had him win?
Talking about Hogan or Roman?
Roman.
Yeah. We didn't want it.
It's crazy how long they let that go.
Yeah.
I saw an interview this week with him talking about it. He was like, I used my livelihood, man. I had to do what they told me to do. I didn't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
I knew it was bad. Nobody wanted to see me do it. It was uncomfortable doing it, and people are unhappy about it. Paul Heyman, it must be like a father figure to him, because that dude, like, it was his idea, and he's one of the few people that was able to like talk to Vince and have him listen to him.
Yeah.
What a brilliant move to do what he did with Roman, not just to turn him heel, but like do exactly the way he did it. It's just so perfect. I mean, it's been going for 1,000 days, and it's like still awesome when he comes out.
Yeah.
So Dave and I are going to be doing our WrestleMania 40 night 1 and 2 predictions, which we are going to keep track of for a change, so that we have bragging rights on the next episode. And give you guys an idea of how we think this stuff is also going to happen. And just kind of our expectations as to what's going to be good and what's going to be not so good. The card looks, I'm looking at it right here. Yeah, you guys can see it there. But both nights look pretty damn fun, at the very least. I mean, there's definitely some high points and some not so high points. Jey Uso, but
what they don't have on there, because they're doing it on SmackDown, is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yes, Ricochet in that. I was really hoping he was going to get the speed thing. If you mentioned,
this week on Raw,
I don't want it the arm bar. Nobody cares about the arm bar.
The arm bar.
It's Andre. That's what they call the. I don't know why it's the acronym is arm bar, but that's what they call it.
Andre the Giant. AGMBR.
The R is like after a D. It doesn't make sense, but they call it the arm bar.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I know.
Yeah,
and no one cares about it.
No. But yeah, the Judgment
Big
Day.
Show's giant. How is anybody going to be able to eliminate him for 15
How is anybody
years?
going to pick up the giant?
Can they coexist?
Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, they're doing that on Friday, and the Judgment Day this week on Raw was really, hey, did we take care of Ricochet yet? What does that mean? Did you kill him? Like, what do you mean? Did we take care?
Maybe they watched Great American Bash 2004.
Yeah,
like Heyman had a good idea there. Just take him out.
Just murder him in cement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Speed seems like it's built for Ricochet.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what happened.
It's a match with. It's called Speed. Of course, Ricochet is going to be great.
I know that, but like I don't.
And you know what I don't think about when I think about Ricochet? Battle Royals.
No. Well, if he's gonna win, I'm fine him getting a little bit of a shine.
Yeah.
Because he's not on the show, which sucks. But
he just had his first ever really good match in WWE.
Yeah, because Paul Levesque's now letting him cook.
Yes,
let the boy cook.
Good, partner. JD McDonough's not all the way there yet. He's again, the in between stuff, he doesn't know what he's doing, but he can do the spots and it was a nice foil for Ricochet.
Absolutely.
I don't want to see him fall back down to just.
I don't think he's going
wearing
to.
his dick in a box turtlenecks and not doing anything.
I don't think he's going to. I think
you're right.
I hope you're right. I think we're comfortable.
The Andre the Giant Battle Royal is not giving me good vibes.
Does it ever?
No, that's my point.
Oh, fucking Mojo Rawley won it one year, right?
I was just about to say
my God.
Mojo Rawley's the perfect guy for that.
But he got hype.
And Gronk.
Which, that was a funny thing.
Another show I listened to, not a wrestling show.
There are no other wrestling shows.
Another show I said that they were doing a rewatch of the Mania that Gronk was on, and he said, the comedian guy said that Gronk is the human embodiment of a Rohypnol tablet dissolving in the bottom of a glass of Prosecco.
Jesus Christ.
I thought that is hilarious and absolutely exactly what he is.
That is damning.
But come on, that's what he is.
What do you got against Prosecco?
Which I think the idea was.
I know the joke. Stealing my strategy here.
So do we want to
let's go bottom up?
Roll, all the lists have it, top of the card.
Bottom up
first. So, but actually, this guy does it perfectly for us.
Yeah,
we can go top down. So I have no idea if this is going to be the order of the matches on the show.
Let's go on your paper, because this is bottom up.
Oh, yeah. We can go off. Yeah. Because on the paper that I printed out for both of us, I just
no, it's fine.
And pasted,
so
and I always do the top of the card.
So I'm excited to get to it. So we have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio, which was set up on Monday Night Raw this week. Everybody wanted. So Rey Mysterio said he's got a tag team partner that he's going to be adding, and everybody started chanting Carlito because we haven't had Carlito on a WrestleMania in forever.
Dragon Lee is fucking awesome.
I wanted Carlito there, but let's give the new guy a rub. This is the correct move. This match is full of just awesome wrestlers, and I think this is going to be a really fun one.
Love Dragon Lee in AEW. When he broke into WWE, I had like super high hopes for him because his first match was like they just let him do an AEW match, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But then he kind of wasn't around. He was NXT or something, but he went away.
Yeah.
I didn't see him for a long time.
Right.
So I was very happy to see him involved in this.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think that Ray and Dragon Lee are going to win, and I think Dragon Lee is going to get the pin.
You think so?
Fall victory, yes.
I agree because they are showing dissension. They're just letting, like on Raw, Dominic's just bringing Legado del Fantasma into the Judgment Day clubhouse without telling anyone, and then they're just playing darts.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be, they keep harping on miscommunication within that group. And I think somehow the Judgment Day is going to get involved to cost them the match. There's just too many, and then like Andrade is a part of the mix now. There's just too many variables on the heel side, and I think the baby faces are going to snatch it up.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. I hope that there's no interference because I always hope there's no interference.
Right.
But Dominic Mysterio is involved here, and like that's kind of has to be that. And my hope is that like Dragon Lee gets the pin, and then he gets a big giant push.
Yeah.
Like after, I'm a little worried about the WWE programming. Then immediately after WrestleMania, like this is the best looking WrestleMania I can remember ever. Usually, like the most positive feelings I have going into a WrestleMania the last like 25 years are like, there's a chance this might not be disappointing for a change.
Yeah.
This is like, I will be shocked if I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
In this show. It's like, I'm so excited.
Especially,
but I'm a little worried by it.
And it's going to look so different because of all the new camera angles and production that they've put in place, and they're presenting people differently. It's going to
all the time. Like,
it's going to feel like a one. I'm sorry,
Scorsese.
Yeah, it's going to feel like a brand new or it's going to feel like, you know, like when you get like a better version, like you get a new laptop or the next iPad.
When your mom was dating like a alcoholic when you were a little kid, and used to beat the shit out of you when your mom wasn't around, and then finally one day you came home from school and all his shit was out on the front lawn.
Yeah,
and then your mom met like a nice guy. He's like I don't know, like a pastor at the local youth ministry.
Sure.
And then you got to like go to baseball games and stuff.
I was gonna ask how your screenplay is going, but it sounds like you're humming along really well.
Anyway, Dragon Lee, like Ray has taken a zillion different luchadors under his wing and called them his next. Dragon Lee is the best of all of them, so he should be that guy.
I hope so.
And also, his name is Dragon Lee, so even though I know he's Rush's brother, I can pretend that he might be Chinese under that mask. So they don't have to just stick all the Mexican guys together.
This should be, given how like Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar worked in their one-on-one match last week, this should be really fun.
Yeah.
And they're just adding more guys who are going to be super motivated to make this a good match.
I want to see Santos and Dragon Lee get like 18 minutes.
Santos is so good.
Together.
God damn it, is he good. It's just a shame that they, try as they may, try as they might, this just has very little heat going into Mania.
Because
we've talked about it a lot, but it's just like,
Triple H still has his blind spots, and this is one of them.
Yeah, but I mean, if the blind spot is this tag match, like okay,
the consolation prize is like I get to see Dragon Lee wrestle Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
So talking to me, I'm like, oh, that should main event WrestleMania. Yeah. I love it so much.
Also, too, if this is the match that opens, and let's say it is, that stadium's going to have a full energy tank to boo Dominic Mysterio, and that's going to sound amazing.
Yeah, they won't even have to do the button that they usually do.
No.
I would open the show with this, by the way.
Well, you have to.
It's like, that's what an opener is supposed to be.
Yeah. I hope they don't do something stupid like they open it with like
Becky and Rhea.
Becky and Rhea, or like, what's the other? Or like Drew and Seth. Oh, no, that's night two. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And
I meant Gunther.
Going to have a lot of heat.
I meant Gunther and Sammy. But like,
that match is going to have a lot of heat too. But I think that's going to go like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's tough for an opener.
Yeah. But they do that sometimes. They put like world title matches up front. You're just like, come on, man.
Yeah, we just watched them put the John Cena, Booker T, and two other guys in a like 16-minute snore fest to open the show.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was the greatest match modern eyes have ever seen. Next,
would you like my dick? I'm a French band.
I laughed out loud. If you haven't listened, go back and listen to our latest Turnbuckle Time Machine of the Great American Bash 2004. When you're talking about Rene Dupree, and you're like, I forget. He's like,
for sure, his cock.
And then he did. You said, I forget what you said. He did with his hands with it. And then he started doing defensive drills.
Defensive drills.
I was audibly laughing listening to that. Next up on our list. So we agree it's going to be Mysterio and Dragon Lee.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus the Damage Control being represented by Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane.
So I would much prefer this just be a tag team without Jade Cargill. And
That's where we thought it was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have rather they done that.
Yeah.
Give Jade, like, they gave her the big storm.
My
entrance
God.
And stuff. Like,
How cool was
it
that?
was awesome, but
They made her look
don't
like
put her in a multi-person match.
they want her on the show. That's it.
Oh, you got 2 nights. You can Jade.
Yeah, she's on night
unless
one.
she's changed completely from when I used to watch her.
Yeah.
Her matches go about 3 minutes.
Well, that's why she doesn't have to do much.
Put her out there with Chelsea Green, like in the death spot or whatever. People
Yeah.
will be like, "Holy shit, who's that awesome superhero-looking lady?"
But now they have just 3 jacked black women.
Yeah,
like,
you're putting next to Bianca Belair. It's the only person on the roster that
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, Jade's not that impressive." Next to anyone else, you're like, "Oh, that's
It's-
a god."
they
That is
look-
a god.
it looks cool when they all stand together.
It does.
Yeah.
But Jade,
And that's what they're
like,
going- that's
she
it.
just got there, so make her
Protect her.
the thing.
Protect
she
her.
should be the thing.
They're
She should-
protecting her.
They're calling her Storm. She's supposed to be an X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men don't team with Bianca Belair.
X-Men do team.
With other X-Men.
Yes.
Yeah. And they don't have like the same powers and shit. They don't look the same. Like,
I
that remake sucks ass.
heard. Yeah, I'm going to skip it.
The animation looks like Victoria's or something. I mean, Bianca, Jade, Naomi are winning, right?
Of course they're winning.
Jade loses.
Yeah.
Like,
Why
why not just break this up into a tag match and then have
the only-
Jade
Against Dakota Kai?
fight Dakota Kai?
The only reason I like Dakota Kai's in ring has gotten so
She's really
fucking good.
I always thought she had like a lot of potential, and she was always pretty solid. That turn she did in NXT was so great.
She turns on three people. She turns on everybody.
Yeah,
like,
but that one, you know,
stop
the one I'm
trusting
talking
her.
about, the famous NXT one,
The War Games one.
Yeah, that was great. But she's steadily improved the whole
Like
time.
her singles matches lately, I've just been like, her mic works really good. Like they
But that's good.
they got something.
Jade
with her.
probably needs somebody who's pretty good, and
But
she's
what
like
they
a
don't
smaller
want,
person.
I mean, Damage Control's taking L's across the board this entire pay per view. So like, I think by not putting the tag titles on the line, forcing them to have to lose the tag titles, is protecting the group a little bit. Because I'm very fine with Kairi Sane and Asuka
I just
keeping
thought
the
of a
tag
new
titles.
prediction.
Oh,
It just came to me.
let me have it.
They are winning. We have that right. Jade is attacking Bianca Belair after the match.
Mark at 0. All right. I don't think we needed 2 pieces of paper for this. I think we're gonna agree on fucking everything. But that should be a really, really fun match. And yeah, if they do that, that's the best course of action.
Absolutely. I hate WWE Twitter because
I wish you stopped the sentence right after that. Just some isolated comment.
because they showed a still frame of Jade Cargill's like first match.
Yeah.
And she did the pin that she always does, the
Yeah.
kind of like where she's leaning way back. And every goddamn comment was like, "Oh my god, I wish she'd do that on my face."
Yeah.
The WWE fan base
No, they're great.
leaves something to be desired.
it's
it's very
good.
like Fast and the Furious adjacent people.
Yeah, people who leave their house a lot. I like it. These are the kind of people who criticize world-class athletes in the NFL about why they didn't win. Meanwhile, they have CPAP machines. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
Jade's so high, I wish you
No,
Jade
that's
would
cool.
not look in your direction.
No, this is going to be very good match. Like,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
everyone in this match. Like, and Jade's a wild card, but like everybody else is a worker.
Actually, I may have that wrong. Bianca's had that should be turn heel energy for a while now. Maybe Bianca feeling threatened attacks Jade.
I'm better with that.
They're going to go. I think they will have a conflict after
Yeah.
the match. Is essentially what my prediction is.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably Bianca will come out the heel of the two.
Maybe the night after Raw, or maybe
Are they
G-
going to make Raw after Mania interesting again for the first time in
Yes.
15 years?
yeah, their first hour is commercial free.
Well, that's promising then.
Well,
'Cause
sometimes-
it used to be so great. It used to be better than WrestleMania for a few years.
Sometimes, though, when they do that commercial free first hour, they put tag team gauntlet matches of a bunch of teams I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
And you're like, you bait and switched me, you
Yeah.
son of a
This is
bitch.
not Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson.
No.
Commercial free.
No.
This is pretty deadly and like one half of the Viking Raiders.
I heard that they're going to be, speaking of, next is a 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. I thought that
lots of names in this.
I thought Pretty Deadly was supposed to be in it instead of Grayson Waller
because
they keep saying
they're
on
much
TV,
better wrestlers than
and they keep like storyline wise they keep saying like we're not on WrestleMania, we got to get on WrestleMania, and the only time historically anyone's ever done that is when they in fact get on WrestleMania
usually.
So like, are they going to jump Waller and Theory?
Take them out and take their spot.
Yeah.
Like Kofi at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
That one year.
Yeah.
Edge just hit him in the head with the chair, so he lost his spot.
Yeah.
And then Edge won the title.
Yeah.
And no one do one of those.
No, it's like, all right, whatever.
Pretty Deadly have like a very defined character. It's like goofy, but goofy in a good way.
Yeah.
And they're solid in the ring.
They look like really small. They look really small next to Randy Orton.
They're super skinny. I mean, super skinny. They're probably like fucking super jacked if I saw them up close.
But next to Randy Orton
is taking like bull growth hormone.
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
he's trying to become actual Thanos.
yeah.
So everyone in this match it's the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. They are the tag team champions. And they are fighting the Awesome Truth, which is Miz and R-Truth. DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And then A-Town.
New Collision Republic.
A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Grayson Bloody Waller. I really, really, really want R-Truth to win this thing.
He has to.
I don't know if I can pick him.
I am. I'm picking him, so you don't have to.
Oh, man.
I already have it marked down.
If you But like, it's a waste putting him in, having him get the win against a big Giants group of whatevers. He needs to like pin Damian Priest's ass, and I don't think he's going to do that.
So what they're doing right now, like, and they're not subtle with it, but they've been harping. They being the Judgment Day have been harping on. Our communication's been off. Rhea's like, we're not communicating.
To me, it feels
our
like
communication's off. But this, I think, is where their communication is going to be off, because I think they're going to do something like JD McDonough's going to come down. He's going to try to fuck R-Truth out of it, and they're going to have a miscommunication. It's going to cost them. Like, they're just saying miscommunication too much. So there's going to be something.
Yeah, WWE
That's my
beats you
opinion.
over the head with that stuff before it happens. I think you're right.
Yeah.
And it's going to lead to the New Day winning this match and their like 15th reign, because they have been also like very much stressing that the New Day is wrestling a very different, more serious, more aggressive style lately, which they have been doing, and they've also been featured on some pretty brutal matches, like in 3 of the last 4 weeks. Yeah. And I don't think you do the Truth like blow off here, because it's everybody. Truth might help like facilitate the end of the match, but I think it's going to be the New Day.
Think so?
Yeah.
I have already underlined R-Truth.
I think that's a good choice. I'm kind of hoping they don't do Truth there.
I vote with my heart, and my heart
says let R-Truth beat
Roman Reigns for the world title.
Too, The Rock, but let R-Truth beat Damian Priest and his boring ass in the middle of the ring, not with a zillion other tag teams.
Or okay, now that you're saying that, maybe R-Truth. Holy shit! All right, so who's the king of miscommunication? It's R-Truth.
No, it's everyone around R-Truth.
No.
He's the only one that knows what's going on.
Oh, yes. So what if he has some like miscommunication where he still thinks he's in the Judgment Day, ends up holy shit, he ends up costing Damian, and then
I think he just booked the match.
Yeah. Wow.
I think that's probably what's going to happen.
And then
great shout.
And then I don't hate the New Day winning.
Yeah.
Damn it, I already circled it. But I'm going to write.
Yeah.
No, it's in pen.
But it's not locked in until I say thanks for listening. Hope you're back next week and you do your bye thing. Bye. That's what seals it.
Yeah, I just shouted some notes down. So I'm going to keep R-Truth underlined, but I don't know who's going to win, so I'm not going to underline anybody else.
You do have to make a pick.
R-Truth. R-Truth is my pick.
Truth. Okay.
Yeah. But like,
can he win it without Miz? That'd be nice.
If what?
Can he win it without Miz being involved?
Can MJF attack the Miz backstage and be R-Truth's tag team partner?
That'd be fun. I hope we've talked about it a little bit. I don't think I've talked about it on here.
Nope.
I really hope MJF gets loaned out. I am 100% convinced that he has signed a very long, very lucrative contract.
I'm going to let you cook for a second.
Because TK understands that that MJF is truly, if you look at it objectively, the only ratings draw in AEW. That man swings the ratings by like 200,000 people every time he's on television. So he resigned. But Cody is his boy, and he wants to be there for Cody for sure. and he's gonna be there like backstage or whatever, whether it's a on-screen thing or not. But I would like Tony Khan to extend the olive branch and loan the WWE. It would make sense here because it's Cody, it's their boy, everybody loves him. Loan Goldust and MJF to be part of that Avengers crew. Still under contract with AEW. Don't get too physically involved, so you're not like risking your own body or whatever. But how dope would it be to like hear? And MJF owns the rights to that music too. Like, imagine after the Roman
in Philly,
the next thing comes up
in
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, Roof would fly off the building.
My lord, my lord,
yeah,
my sweet lord. The only hiccup I see in your plan, aside from the obvious of
they're
like
definitely not going to send their biggest star over to the competitor.
the only other hiccup, let's say
Dustin's a possibility though, I think.
But they had a WWE had one of their biggest stars, low simmer, cook the fuck out of the company that is supposed to be loaning.
He didn't have he did that. Everything he does on his own.
Yeah.
Which is like another thing. It's funny about him talking about like going into business for like, dude,
Yeah.
you go into business for yourself. You're only ever going into business for yourself.
Yeah.
That's why we love you.
Yes.
But like that is that's like your neutral state.
Yeah.
Is I'm going into business for myself.
Yep.
They didn't want to bring that heat. Like, why would you want to fire up your competition? Like, yeah.
So what we're getting,
makes it fun.
we're going to get to it in a second, but CM Punk had
CM Punk was interviewed by douchebag bootlicker, but at least Punk was there, so it was very interesting.
It was a 2-hour interview where, and Punk, mature Punk, put on a nice little master class in how to rile up the entire fucking internet. So speaking of riling up, the next match will not do that, and I will probably take a bathroom break during
I'm
this.
hoping that they try to do some street racing on the way to the arena.
Oh, jeez.
And not like injured, but like have an accident that's bad enough, like they end up in a ditch and there's some like legal troubles, so they really can't, like, have to be in cuffs and stuff, and they have to just not have this match, and then they let Chad Gable wrestle like
Twice?
or
at all?
whatever. Wrestle not Otis, because that guy's been lobbying for a match on WrestleMania on Twitter for like
Bronson Reed.
like a month. He had a great idea too. He's like, oh, since they couldn't do Meat Madness on the other show, we should do it here. We got a bunch of big guys.
They do.
By the way, I do think Sheamus is going to show up on AEW television pretty soon.
Well, there's no room for him in WWE.
There's
right
not, and he was like his whole thing at this part of his career was the banger after banger, because he did start having great matches.
Yes.
And he was like very overtly talking about on Twitter, like, why don't you want to see great matches? And it sounds like that's all over and done with.
Okay, I'm good with that.
I'm okay with him, and like I don't want him near the top of the card, but I like him in AEW doing like the best kind of Lance Archer type of stuff.
Yeah.
Or like
him and Lance Archer would be a nice.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. We were talking about Jey Uso, Yeet versus Jimmy Uso. No Yeet. No
Jimmy
yeah.
Uso's actually got a little bit of charisma.
Jimmy,
yeah.
He's a smarmy, unlikable, like fucking douche.
There's always like cool like fan videos of house shows where he's doing very like exaggerated, funny shit in the ring.
Yeah.
Jey Uso is, I don't know.
He's for the children.
He's like what I thought of the Undertaker during Big Evil Red Devil. Like, this is not fun.
I don't know
I'm
who
not
that.
even angry at it.
No.
It is very, very boring.
Bad.
Yeah.
You brought it up not too long ago. I do like when Jey Uso wrestles on Raw because I get to fast forward at least 22 minutes.
Yeah. Like, most Raws are not as good as 2 weeks ago at all. And then even this week was pretty good.
Yeah.
So usually we're trying to get through those because this is 3 hours a long time.
Yeah.
And Jey Uso, that is the benefits. That and the kids like him.
Yeah.
I understand why kids like him.
Yeah. Like you said, different flavors. Everybody's got different flavors, and
I'd be a hypocrite because I say the reason I love AEW so much is because it's like a variety show.
Yeah.
All the different styles of wrestling.
Yeah.
Jey Uso's got the children's style of wrestling, and
you did not do a good impression of yourself there. Just so you know, you do not sound like that.
The reason I love AEW, bruv, is because it's got all different flavours of wrestling. It's got the old British style, you steal water sport, bruv.
Jesus Christ.
And it's got Japanese strong style, like you'd see in like all Japan in '92.
You You sound like you charter pirate ships too.
Yeah,
That's
who else sounds like that?
Yeah,
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay. Ospreay. Yeah, Jay's. He's for somebody.
Kids.
He's for kids
and morons.
I think, and this is just because I think Jimmy's going to win. I think they're going to have a clean sweep on night one for the Bloodline. I think Solo's going to get involved, which is only going to...
You just convinced me. I was going to say Jay just because, whatever. Jay.
Yeah.
I don't care at all.
No, but Jay's going to get his shine on night two when they Avengers up.
I think you're right. I'm going to disagree just so we have, because I think this can go either way.
Well, because
I don't like having the same answers.
We didn't say the wager is $250,000.
It's our pinky toe on left foot. We get cut off.
Which I could sell for $250,000. You should see my toes. Woo! My OnlyFans is rocking.
We're both uncircumcised. The loser loses their foreskin.
You have foreskin on your toes?
No. That's the second part of the bet. That's night 2. Night 2 is the foreskin. Night 1 is the little toe.
WrestleMania turned into Hostile.
It's like a Lucha Underground.
Yeah, so I'm saying Jimmy Uso with...
I'm circling Jay, but it hurts my hand.
With Solo. It's going to hurt your toe, too. With Solo interference. That's all I want to talk about for this match, because...
And then we got... Well, at least we'll be able to cool down for that, because we got El General next. And there's no such thing as a bad Gunther match.
No.
I still want to call him Walter. I don't care.
Yeah.
Gunther's a dumb name.
I think Walter I associate with Fat Gunther.
Yeah, I do now, in my head. But the only reason I hate Gunther as a name is because I know how Vince thinks. And he was like, German, even though he's not German.
Yeah.
German. What's a German name? And he just said the most obvious stereotypical German name.
I'm really glad he didn't go
Adolf?
the literal, the most obvious German
Mm-hmm.
name that if you want to get heel heat, oof. But didn't Vince want he wanted to have a thought out zombie Nazi as a character?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is great.
Because there was that movie that did okay.
Yeah.
The indie movie that Vince probably he's never watched a full movie in his life.
Damn it! This is great shit.
It's great shit. Buddy.
Great shit.
Such a fucking asshole.
Gunther's fighting Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. I was absolutely convinced that Gunther is going to retain here because it just doesn't feel like the build for Sammy's been long enough to end this long a feud. But I am kind of interested with I think they've given me that 1% of doubt that will make the match more interesting. I really still think Gunther's going to win, but
I hope Gunther wins.
Yeah, I kind of do too. It needs to be a bigger. As much as I love Sammy, it was they put him in the stupid gauntlet thing, and they put him in the gauntlet with the guy that everybody really wants to see win it because he's the guy that has had the best match with Gunther.
Yeah.
And he's never gotten the big rub, whereas Sammy has.
Yeah.
Although if Sammy is able to, if he pulls off the dive through the turnbuckle DDT that he hasn't done in 5 years, I'm 100% back on board, and I will be super happy if he wins the Intercontinental title because I miss El Generico's moveset.
Yeah. You miss good working Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Before he was his body was beaten up. I mean, he does his best, and he's still a very good worker, but you just can't do that.
He's a good worker.
It's Takeshita's moveset. That's where Takeshita got all of his moves because his first match was El Generico.
Oh, there you go.
So
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
All of them. That buckle.
Did you say 16?
Yeah.
Takeshita started when he was 16.
Did I tell you his first 4 matches?
No.
I sent it in a text.
I don't read
El Generico, so Sami Zayn. Kenny Omega.
Okay.
I think Seth Rollins and Will Ospreay.
Oh.
He
nobody.
16, 17.
Yeah.
His first
and
4
then
matches.
His fifth match, Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
As of Monday Night Raw, Gunther has had the Intercontinental title for 661 days. God damn it.
It doesn't feel like Roman. I mean, it's not as long as Roman, but it doesn't feel like a bad thing. It feels like an awesome title.
Yes.
It just feels
it's
like
a tremendous.
It helps when all of your matches are bangers.
Yeah.
The dude's
he's very special.
Is 4 stars.
He's very special.
He's the best wrestler in the company.
Yeah. And I'm going to be really pissed if he loses to Sami Zayn because Sami got a little boo-boo whiny face when the fans weren't behind him.
Did you hear? I said, I thought that was a work, but then did you hear what actually that was? Where that came from?
No.
Somebody asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, it was pretty bizarre that I saw that in like public, because the only reason anybody said anything about that was like last week I was on a plane and Booker T was on the same plane. He sat next to me, and like we were just talking as we're friends, and I was like, oh yeah, I was kind of bummed out that fans weren't super stoked when I won.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friend. Then he said it on his podcast for some reason.
Oh.
So he wasn't like complaining to anybody.
Yeah.
He was talking to his friend about he was a little sad about something.
Yeah.
And then his friend is an asshole and like went and told the whole world.
I do like that Booker T is working the dirt sheets now.
Oh, yeah.
That thing with the CM Punk.
His podcast is just all lies.
Yeah.
Everything he says is total bullshit.
You saw the CM Punk thing, right?
Which one?
Where he said that they almost got into a backstage
yeah,
at
yeah,
NXT,
yeah. He was
and then
like, "No,
they
that
did
never
like a
happened."
full report about it, and then they're like, no.
That was the one that made me like say, oh, so now at least we know everything Booker T says on his podcast is just a made up story.
Yeah.
Except the one true story was like to fuck his friend over.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do like the Gable thing.
How is he
I
going to
would have
play?
liked to know he's out. But
I would. Yeah. So I don't know if I said this, but on a previous episode, but if I did, I apologize for all our Pittsburgh listeners. Pittsburgh. They had a real opportunity to do a Rocky IV training montage where Gable was Mickey.
Which they half-assed it. They kind of.
Full ass training montage.
Yeah, they should have
Rocky
done-
IV
got the-
is like 5 music videos
Yeah.
in 90 minutes. Like
100%.
it's just, and it worked so well.
amazing.
It's like everyone's favorite Rocky, and it's
Yeah.
like the weakest story.
You know
like
what my favorite Rocky is?
What's that? 4?
Creed.
I never saw it.
Oh my God.
No, I tapped out after 5.
There is. Oh no.
No, that's not true.
Creed,
I
legit. I'm not even.
I saw
saying that
Rocky
to be
Balboa.
Like, Creed is the best. No, it's the best movie.
Yeah.
It's Rocky is Stallone's best performance, and there is a scene in the final fight of the movie they do with. I won't spoil it because you'll watch it eventually. Every male person that I've ever talked to, including myself, that has watched that movie cries when that thing happens.
Oh,
And,
boy,
it's
can't wait.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's okay.
What were
So,
we talking about? Oh,
what- what's Chad-
Gunther and Chad. I think Gunther goes over, and then is beating on Sammy, and Gable is in his corner, so he tries to stop him. They have conflict, which will lead to what's our next SummerSlam?
Yeah. Gunther Gable.
Gunther's going to lose the Gable at SummerSlam.
I hope you're right.
I think so.
I like it
I
so
think that's
much.
why they reintroduced Gable
Yeah.
into this now, because otherwise, why? I think that they're actually listening, much like they did when they pivoted with The Rock.
Yeah.
And they realized, oh, wait a minute, everybody wants Chad Gable to win the Intercontinental title.
And they just needed to do something with Sami Zayn. So
Yeah.
they put him in a high profile match, which I mean he should be in a high profile match.
You know what? It's going to kick ass, too.
It's going to be fucking. This match is going to be stupid.
Even if it's not like young Sammy.
One thing I did not
You see
love-
Johnny Knoxville still talking shit about Sammy on Twitter. He's like, go Gunther.
I like that. On Raw, it was Sami Zayn against Bronson Reed, and Gunther attacks everybody after the match. Or he attacks Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. Gable? Yeah. Yeah, because at one point Chad Gable's watching the match backstage, and then they show the camera. The cameraman shows Chad Gable's backstage. And then all of a sudden Gunther throws Chad Gable out on the rampway. It's like they had a camera on him.
Yeah.
They're like, how did did they just go get a sandwich to not?
Very strange.
That was a little production
You
thing
just
that bothered
reminded
me.
something that I did like from Dynamite, by the way.
Go on.
Samoa Joe, when
Yeah.
he's backstage watching television, or what's happening out in the arena,
Yep.
he watches TV like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Not every other wrestler in the world who watches TV at a 70-degree angle turned away from the screen and kind
But
of
they got away from
he
that.
just stands in front of it and stares at it.
Gable was because I noticed too because ever since I think the Bucks pointed it out,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, just stand here, or Matt Hardy said it. He's like, oh, it's much better if you stand over here. We fucking jumped over that too. Did you hear this bullshit fantasy booking? It's getting traction too that the Hardy Boys,
Well, man, Hardy keeps putting
Hardy Boys,
poison out there for both. He's like, I don't know which company I'm going to sign with. I'm like, neither. Go to TNA if you have to wrestle.
start a lawn care company. Just get away from wrestling.
Schooled, whatever.
Yes.
Be a producer.
Yes.
You can't even walk and you're an asshole.
Your poor brother.
Yeah.
Also, too. Could we leave
He's
him?
an asshole too. Like
Yeah.
I can't even feel bad for him. He's just a dick.
He did a lot of him to himself. Yeah.
And like that's just that. But every time he goes on a podcast, he's like, "Hey, man, I don't understand why we're not near the top of the card.
Yeah.
Because you can't wrestle and you hurt people every time you get in the ring now.
And you hurt yourself every time you get in the
had the
ring.
most embarrassing match in history with like Sting, a legend, who had you then like do a really uncomfortable thing
in like a very like C company.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even.
But it was his return too, so people were going nuts for Sting, and then he's got to do this fucking awful thing.
Yeah.
Like
the,
party sucks.
The fact it was in TNA and it got as much like it has as much folklore around it as it does really says something.
Well, how about like the crowd? I'm sure you've seen the video.
Oh
of it.
God, yes.
It looks like a real crowd for a TNA, which doesn't really exist usually.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many people wrestle for TNA.
That's when TNA like was humming.
Yeah.
They really were for a minute. Like I just couldn't. I didn't know where to watch it, so I didn't watch it. But I just remember thinking like, God damn it, this show is firing all the time. I was reading the results.
Samoa
and
Joe
stuff.
for most of us is like
Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Motor City
AJ
Machine
Styles
Guns.
is like, Motor City Machine Guns are still great.
They're free agents now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
they're going. I would like them on either. Show,
they're going to AEW.
Probably,
1000%.
But they could do. I think they could do the. WWE still needs to like. Vince is gone, so they'll get there eventually. They need to figure out tag teams because they still don't really have it. Because it's Vince. It's 30 years of Vince telling them they shouldn't. Like with Pretty Deadly, DIY, yeah, like
everyone in that tag match. Not everybody, but
they
New Catch Republic.
They still don't like New Catch Republic wrestles a tag style.
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
Yeah.
But like you watch tag matches on not just AEW. I don't want to just talk about AEW, but like every other promotion.
We have an episode for that
a
company.
Style of a tag match in TNA and like Mexican promotions. There's a style in WWE for like 30 years because Vince is a fucking brick.
He hates
who hated tag teams for some reason.
Because you couldn't poop on them.
I don't know. He couldn't make like rape jokes or something. But like they just WWE's tag style is just their single style.
Yeah,
and they just tag a guy in. The only thing they do is the hot tag, but they don't do any of like cutting the ring off stuff.
Well, like we were talking,
now we're starting New Catch Republic.
Yeah, when we were watching those old WCW pay-per-views with the tags, and I'm like, wow, this is actually fucking great.
Yeah,
like
match. I understand what FTR was talking about now.
So I think we're in agreement on Gunther and Zayn. That
it's going to lead to Gable.
God, I hope you're right. I fucking hope you're right.
Which would be like I said, I'm a little nervous about most of this post WrestleMania.
Yeah.
One, because we know Rock's got to go away for the movie and stuff, and it's just going to be kind of deflating just because he's been like so awesome.
Yeah.
And Punk, I don't think is going to be back yet.
No.
But if they do highlight a Gunther Gable program, you can put that right at the top of the card, and I'll be okay with that.
That could headline. I mean, it could and it should headline SummerSlam.
I'd be fine with that. I also wouldn't mind like Cody losing the world title almost
right
immediately
away
too.
Yeah,
because Homelander doesn't need to be good guy. Homelander doesn't need to be walking around as the champ. He just needs to show that he can win the title.
Yeah,
like that.
I don't. Yeah, yep. You've said it before, but faces are better when they're chasing.
Yeah. I also don't want Damian Priest to be the one to do it either because he sucks.
He has a perpetual future in voice acting video game characters.
Yes, very much
My
so.
God, does he have a buttery cool
he
voice?
Does, absolutely. He's a space marine through and through.
Women's world title match. We got Rhea Ripley
and
Rebecca Lynch. Becky Lynch.
Super sex versus I hate sex.
Yeah.
I understand both sides. Yeah. Like I understand what Becky's saying. Like we had to, especially after watching Great American Bash 2004. Yeah. Like we had to fight so hard to get past that bullshit. And now you're doing. But what she's kind of missing is that she fought so hard so that people like Rhea can have the choice to express their sexuality how they want, or to not at all if they decide not to.
Yeah.
Expressing sexuality is not a bad thing inherently. Nope. It's only bad when a creepy old 70-year-old piece of shit is forcing you to express it in the way that he wants it expressed.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're, Also, Rhea did a stink face. She didn't embrace sexuality.
Exactly.
She did a move that an overweight guy did for a long time, forever, that everybody loved.
Rhea does a lot of overtly sexy stuff. She's doing a femdom thing.
I mean, AJ Lee used to cover people all provocative too. This is not new to wrestling.
Rick Rude, sexy as fuck. Nobody bitched about that either.
Right. No, but with women, people have done Dommy
They do the sexy
crawl on top of you
Rhea
kind of thing.
Took it to another. I'm not saying this is a bad thing.
She's just
I
the
think
most
she's
she's the most high profile one that does it.
and she's not unapologetic about it.
Yeah.
She's like doing the whole thing, the aesthetic and all of it. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's great.
She knows her character, and she
Yeah.
shouldn't be vilified
No.
for that.
I'm
not saying you're saying that,
You know
but
what I like about Becky Lynch vilifying her
Yeah.
about it makes this match a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Because it was just that I don't give a shit until this week, and now I'm like, oh, they kind of don't like each other.
Yeah.
So it usually leads to a pretty good match.
I just like. I think they have flipped the script on who the face heel is going into this. I think,
Rhea hasn't been a heel in a long time.
but no, I think like perception wise, Becky's the heel going into
Yeah,
this.
which is probably not great for her since she's doing a book tour right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
And
still
she-
read it, but
Like she just so Punk
she's
went
coming
on.
off as like this stuffy, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, she's very right to censor
Stop trying
vibes.
to ruin our fun.
Yeah.
Rhea's not being forced to do anything.
Also,
Like,
too, like I wish I wrote down what she said verbatim, but like she said some interview where she's like greatest woman of all time. I'm like, okay, I don't care.
yeah.
Like I feel nothing. Like even when she was having like her big year where she unified the titles, it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I was always okay on her.
But
For most of this build, I was like, I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
This last week, though, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, you're being a dick. And they're like being legit snarky online on Twitter and stuff.
it's interesting.
So it could lead to like a hard match.
Yeah.
Like a hard hitting match. Who's winning?
I really want Rhea to retain.
I do too, but I
Yeah.
don't think she's going to. I think she's going to win it back pretty quick. But I think Becky and her book tour is going to win the title because of the book tour.
Seth is losing, so they can't have a completely
Seth
vanquished
losing in
household.
life, because that would be
We'll get there.
ideal.
No. All right.
I'm picking Becky.
I'm picking Rhea.
I'm cheering for Rhea, but I'm picking Becky.
I don't-
Becky and her book tour.
And then Becky's going to feud with. Who gives a
I
shit?
think she's going to lose it
afterwards?
back to Rhea like 2 pay-per-views later.
She's going to feud with Zoe Stark.
Like an independent Rhea after she leaves Judgment.
You know, it would be kind of fun. Like, I don't know if you watched was it SmackDown or Raw? They did a Tiffany Stratton like video package where they're showing her to be like this very Paris Hilton socialite influencer kind of character.
Yeah.
That would juxtapose really well with because now Becky Lynch is shoving down our throats like, I'm a good mother. I'm like, yeah, no one said you're not. Like,
Yeah. She is getting a little defensive about that. Like
we get it.
relax. Are you actually a good mother? Because you're being a little too defensive.
Like, there's a lot of moms
you, like,
I don't.
smack your kid around when people aren't around.
It's like when people are married and they put on Facebook wishing their significant other a happy birthday. It's like, just turn to the left. They're right there.
Like performative nonsense.
No, it's like when you have to
You're
over-explain.
showing everyone except your significant other that
just
you're wishing them a happy birthday.
They're right there. They're sleeping. Their mouth is open. They got funky morning breath. Just wake them up and be like, happy birthday.
3 dozen roses and put them on the bed.
Yes.
You don't have to put it on Facebook.
Go make some pancakes. Like,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely. Same vibe.
Just adoration. Right? Does that make sense? So,
Yes.
so if you take heel mom Becky and you put her with like young socialite, like that's a cultural thing. And like people can resonate with both. I don't know. I think that would be a nice feud going out of
anything with Tiffany Stratton. Like she fits with just about everybody.
Yeah.
So I'd be happy as long as she gets like a prominent role.
So
I think what they're gonna do now that I'm picking Becky Lynch, is I think she's gonna lean into that even harder. Be a heel.
Yeah.
Rhea's gonna leave the Judgment Day,
She's
solidifying her actual babyface turn.
Yeah.
Their rematch will be a truer babyface versus heel.
Yeah.
And that's where Rhea gets it back.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, probably.
You think so? I'm still gonna lean with Rhea just because I don't want to circle Becky Lynch.
I didn't either, but it's what my intellect is telling me, and I want to win.
it not much intellect required for the.
Oh, you mean Seth's getting the pinfall victory over The Rock, right?
Would you say this is the main event of the evening?
The main event of the evening, but not really, because there's only one main event for WrestleMania.
That was Punk's argument on Cole Cabana's podcast.
My argument ever since they started doing 2 nights and calling the first night of main event.
You're in the main event. You're fighting the Undertaker.
Yeah,
it's like,
you're
no,
not.
main event.
There's main event. It's a singular thing.
Yes.
It's the last match on the end of the show.
That's the Incredibles thing. Like, if everybody's super, then nobody's super. If everybody's special, nobody's special.
Love that Sammy KO tag match. Wasn't the main event.
No. It was the mid-season finale of WrestleMania.
Which is a lot of fun.
Mid-season finales are always fun. Like Walking Dead when the girl walked out of the bar in season 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was amazing.
Usually, night 1 of WrestleMania is the better part of the show, but the main event happens on night 2.
It does. It does.
Do we need to talk? Right? Yeah, Rock Rock Roman.
Roman.
Do they have to cheat, or are they just going to beat the shit out of Seth and then like rape him in the ring?
They're
to
going
further bury his ass.
Jesus Christ! Oh, they're going to bury it in his ass. It sounds like, but
they're going to like make him wear a little baby doll outfit or something.
he's going to bring that to the ring on his own. His WrestleMania gear, since he's been this new character, where he has openly admitted that he draws his inspiration from Machine Gun Kelly. He's like, "Oh, I just wanted to dress like a douchebag." It's like fucking mission accomplished.
You're pulling
dude.
it off. And Seth had such great WrestleMania gear
Yes.
back in the day. The all white was like, that is so dope.
Yes.
It looks so amazing. And now he's MGK.
When the one year he came out as like a White Walker,
Yeah.
like it was amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
He went from the best to just trash.
Just trash. Even when he was Joker, even when he was Joaquin Phoenix Joker,
Yeah.
like it was awesome because it made sense. But like these outfits don't gel. He doesn't even know what his fucking character is.
It's not a character. It's, Rock pointed out, clown emoji.
Yeah.
With a song that people sing.
Yeah.
How much of the Rock do we get in this match, do you think?
I think we get a lot of kicks and punches. And
No, I'm not asking for like the shades of his grandfather tornado DDT or anything. Because punches are fine. He's a big brawler guy now.
I think we get more Rock than we think. I think they're gonna,
so.
because they got to keep Roman special for night 2. They can't give him too much in this match.
Do they cheat or do they?
Fuck yeah, they cheat.
I don't like after since they released that one video. And at the hashtag Killers in the Jungle, they should have called their tag team Killers in the Jungle because that's a great tag team name. And it fits them wonderfully. I kind of want them to just win.
No, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre comes out and he fucks up Seth, and then he injures him, which makes his loss on night 2.
I guess if he injures him, because Drew is not a guy that does shit for anybody. But
Drew. he's been like the Italian restaurant that's been like the beneficiary of mob protection.
Yeah.
Like the bloodline's been really good to him, right? So he's gonna
he doesn't care about that. He every time they do it, he very pointedly does his Drew like I'll take it, man.
Yeah. But I think he injects himself here. I'd be very surprised.
I can see it happening. I love this Drew character so much, and I don't think that fits it. So I'd rather it not, but it could very well happen.
I don't think they're going to go over going over super clean, because who are they going to go over clean on?
Seth.
And then he loses, but then he loses again night 2.
Then he retires from wrestling.
But is he going to lose clean on night 2?
Stay-at-home
We'll get to that. So I'm saying obviously Rock and Roman.
I mean we're both picking the same.
Rock and Roman are winning
because we're not brain damaged.
No, no, we like Jimmy Uso. I think via shenanigans.
So you're saying via specifically Drew.
Because if we're doing this correctly, Solo has already gone out for Jimmy's. Yeah. We don't want to show too much of him because he's going to be out again for the end of night 2. I think Drew shows his face on night 1.
Let me think about this. Who else could be involved here?
Or, hang on. The Seth turn on Cody?
That is... the thought occurred
right
to me a
here,
couple days ago.
Because he did not... One of the big things online is like, Cody's the biggest heel in the locker room because nobody came out to help him when The Rock was kicking the shit out of him. But...
And Roman has been very sticking to the same story. Like, you can't trust that guy, man. Have you not been watching all these years?
Also, too,
Seth's turning on Cody.
Yeah, all right, yeah. The last 2 weeks, when Jay or Seth would go to the ring, they would go like, "Hey, I got your back. Hey, I got your back." Yeah. Like very specifically, those two.
Yeah.
Damn it! I got to scratch out. Yeah, Seth is turning here. Okay.
Drew is he's an opportunist, lone wolf kind of dude.
Yeah.
He just likes making fun of everybody else.
Okay.
He's very good at it.
So we got our picks. That's night 1.
Night 1 in the bank. Ready for my new toe.
Night. Wait, you win a toe?
Yeah, your little toe.
You're attaching it to your...
It's going to be part of our new decoration. Decoration.
Like a, what do they call that?
My MJF.
What do they call that in a church where you're like, they have like
God, in Italy?
Like an old relic of a saint?
Like, this is amazing. It's not amazing. It's somebody's hand. What the hell?
Is it a relic? Is that the relic, religious relic,
it's like
right?
Some nun's hand.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like...
Give me your magical. Other hand.
I like the beautiful paintings. I don't need to see the dead person's hand.
The amount of times I quote that Scary Movie 2 line and get it wrong on this podcast, I've never gotten it right once.
This next match,
Bottom up.
Street Profits with an invisible partner.
Bobby Lashley.
I'm unfamiliar.
The Pride.
What's the Final Testament?
Karrion Kross.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of things.
Is that on Rampage?
Might as well be. So a couple things. I think Angelo Dawkins is my favorite wrestler. Because the last
awesome.
2 weeks, he has been so fucking good.
Like
on SmackDown.
Where you are on Angelo Dawkins is where I felt like I was crazy pills like 3 years ago when everybody was like, Montez Ford is a future world champ. I'm like, Montez Ford's got like a great high spot repertoire. Angelo Dawkins is a great wrestler.
Yes.
So like I'm with you.
I
He's
love
the better
him.
of the two.
He's still got to figure his ring gear out a little bit,
does.
but like that's part of his charm.
Yeah.
Like I think. And
did you watch the show Atlanta?
No.
A Childish Gambino show. His like cousin was like a drug dealer, and he was always just on his couch playing like Xbox.
Yeah.
Dawkins dresses like that guy.
Okay.
like he's just in his like kind of sweats that don't really match.
Yeah.
Like a white T-shirt, like his belly sticking out, kinda or whatever. But he hits like Shane Taylor, so like
He's tremendous.
Yes, he
You
is.
forget how big he is too. Like
Giants.
And also too, like you had mentioned, Montez Ford is like a layup. Like once you want to push somebody for a single, like this guy's fucking ready
he's
to go.
like good looking, and he can do it like a bunch of awesome flippy stuff.
And then there's Bobby Lashley. And then the Final Testament, which is Karrion Kross, who finally, I think for the first time in my life, I took notice of his ass this week on TV.
I've like in non-wrestling stuff, he's done a few things over the years where I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's got like a good idea for.
He looked cool as fuck this week.
I still the bell's got a ring though.
Too little, too late. Yeah.
I'm not really good at that part.
And then the Authors of Pain, Acham and Brazar.
I'm gonna take the Authors of Pain because I like them and I want them to stay a tag team.
Yeah.
I would like the Street Profits to break up and be singles.
Yeah.
And the other two, I'm not sure that I completely believe you that they exist.
I'm going to take the Final Testament and I'm going to give Karrion Kross the W because they have to like strengthen up. If they're going to have like a faction feud, they got to strengthen up some leaders here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross is that guy though, huh?
Yeah.
What's his moveset? Like, what are big moves?
He does the straight jacket. Next match is
straight jacket. The thing I like do to my nephew. Yeah.
I see him engage in thumb wars with his opponents sometimes.
Yeah, Authors of Pain.
I'm gonna say Karrion Kross, and I'm gonna say he pins. I'm gonna say he pins Bobby Lashley.
I was gonna say the Authors of Pain pin the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to pick the same though. Authors of Pain are gonna. They're gonna.
You can pick the same. No.
I just no. I don't.
Contrarian.
Who's Karrion Kross's partner in this fictitious tag team?
It's 3-on-3.
Oh, it's 3-on-3. Okay, okay.
Yeah. The Authors of Pain are.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Well, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, collectively known as the Pride, versus the Final Testament, which is members of which
they're with Authors of Pain. So I'm picking
Karrion Kross and Authors of Pain. It's a trios match.
So Karrion Kross isn't getting a pin. Yeah, it'll be Bobby Lashley getting the pin. Hopefully, after one of those moves that Authors of Pain do that is like way better than the finishing move, like the Super Collider
moves, where they do that dual power bomb and they smash each other in the back. That looks amazing every time. It always has.
Yeah.
Up next, we have AJ Styles versus Los Angeles Knight
against the Super Swole Flat Earther.
Yeah. I can't figure out what AJ Styles looks like, but he looks like some
Flat Earther.
No, but just how he dresses. Did I write anything down?
He's a strange little, really dumb man. He's a great wrestler, but he got too swole.
Yeah. I can't. I was trying to like. He looks like a movie character trope that I can't put my finger on.
Bad guy from Roadhouse, or like
that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like he's just. I don't know.
His hair is way too like conditioned.
Yeah.
For like a pro wrestler.
Well, maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it is Maybelline. I don't like looking at him because he's too swole. And I don't want him to.
Like
be
I said,
he's
AJ
Styles.
Yeah. He usually. I don't like his new gear. He's got just like. He's wearing jeans now.
His whole look is awful. And he's always had cool looks.
He's always got very cool gear.
I think LA Knight's winning because AJ Styles has been acting like a loser in the entire build to this thing.
He has to. Well, AJ Styles also committed. It's nice that they got him out on bail for in time for this match because he did
home invasion.
Actually, come to think of it, no, he didn't. He just showed up at his house.
Invasion.
He just
LA
went.
Knight did the home invasion attempt.
But yeah, he just went to his front lawn and then he was like thrown in the back of a squad car.
And honestly, they're not going to go after either one of these guys until they solve the whole Undertaker killing his dad thing.
What?
You know, lightning powers Undertaker.
Oh,
Still working on that, and it's been 20 years.
like who's
Not
AJ
gonna
Styles' dad?
Stop AJ Styles from
No.
picking a lock.
This match should.
LA Knight has cooled off significantly, but AJ Styles is just doing all the shit that a guy that's going to lose does in a lead into a pay-per-view.
I don't know what they're gonna do with this, but like, whatever. These are the two guys that should be fighting each other. I think LA Knight hits his terrible finisher.
Yeah,
Which hurts
LA
him
Knight
more.
can't really wrestle. AJ Styles is an awesome wrestler.
He had a really nice haircut this week on TV, though. I did write that down.
He's really working on that pineapple old school rock head shape.
I didn't write it down, but LA Knight had a very nice haircut.
You're gonna write down his haircut?
I write down everything.
But
So
like specifically,
I would have, if it was a nice haircut, I would have wrote LA Knight has nice hair. Nice haircut.
LA Knight better consult a doctor about
His hair?
that hairline that continues to move back and back and back.
Sure.
Pretty soon he's gonna look like Kwee. Remember him?
Kwee?
Yeah, he
I
was
don't know.
Dying Days of WCW guy.
Oh, no.
Who had a spiked hairdo, but it started like here.
Oh, Jesus. Just take it all the way off, man. Just
Yeah,
take it all the
that's
way
where
off.
LA Knight's going. But you know what? Plugs don't hurt, and they look great these days.
Yeah.
If I could afford them, I would get them myself.
We're getting there. This
I
review.
think we're well past. Most actors have plugs
Yeah.
now. Like Bradley Cooper has been bald for 15 years.
I meant the success of this podcast might catapult us
Oh,
forward.
it'll pay for my plugs.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love you, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Pittsburgh's into Pittsburgh. The next match should
US
be
title match.
should be fucking awesome.
I bet you this ends up being my second favorite thing on this WrestleMania after like the Rock stuff.
This is going to be so good.
Yeah.
This is going to be so
it
good.
does have my favorite wrestler in the company in it.
Yeah.
And then like with guys that are going to help Logan Paul, like really help him with the stuff that he's not great at.
Yeah.
Two perfect guys for that.
absolutely.
And those two perfect guys, one of them does shit that's just as crazy, or if not crazier, than Logan Paul.
Right.
And at big pay-per-views, he tries to kill himself
Yeah.
on every one of the shows.
Yeah.
I love him so much. I do like before, and I don't want him off WWE because he's awesome there.
Yeah.
And like he is a WWE guy. I really would like to see Kevin Owens just a year in AEW with his old PWG guys.
Yeah.
I just want to see that. Like,
Yeah.
like
Well, when he gets when people get as tired of him as we did of Edge,
nobody's
and
gonna
he
get
wants to
tired
go
of
to,
Kevin Owens, man.
and then he'll go to greener pastures.
He is boring proof.
It's where you put old dogs to die,
He's
as
like-
AEW.
Like, you're like those Twitter guys that the bots that WWE buys to just say nonsense.
No, Edge is old dog.
Edge is having better matches than he's had in 20 years.
I know. Look at him go though. Hey, buddy, you still got
Like
it.
CM Punk when he was there.
CM Punk wasn't having great matches there either.
Old dog us to put out the pasture.
Yeah, but they injected
Or like
life
Bryan
back.
Danielson, old dog being put out
Old
the pasture.
dog put out
bunch
the
of
pasture.
clunkers he's been putting on.
Yeah, it's an old dog. He's not actually old though. When you have,
Dustin Rhodes having better matches than he's had his entire career.
I don't think he ever stopped having bad matches or good matches.
He was good as Gold Dust.
Yeah.
That first match against Cody in AEW,
Yeah.
and then everything since then.
Yeah.
He's been amazing.
Yeah, I think that's just.
Yeah.
I think if your last name is Rhodes, you're just like able to produce quality all the time. We didn't even say what the next match was. It's for the United
We
States
didn't pay
Championship.
tickets.
It is the Logan Paul, who is the U.S. champion, versus Randy Orton
I'm
versus
taking my guy.
versus Kevin Owens.
And I'm not just taking him because he's my guy. I think he's going to get the win over Logan Paul. This is going to be a pretty straightforward match. This is just going to rule.
Yeah. I got a really weird prediction here.
I mean, it's WWE.
Really weird. I think Orton and Owens are going to win collectively. I think they're
Tag
both.
team?
I think they're both going to pin Logan Paul at the same time, and they're
I
going to
like them as a tag team.
and they're going to feud over the summer as frenemies. And,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And like
you still got to pick one person to carry the belt.
no, they either do joint U.S. titles or
So
like.
you're definitely losing this part of the match.
Or I'm going out on a limb. I'd like to put a multiplier on this.
I do like Owens and Orton as a like.
If I gotta
couple
pick,
tag team.
if I gotta pick somebody, I'm picking Kevin Owens because I think the first feud for Cody Rhodes after this is Randy Orton, because they.
Just be a tag team, Randy.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
just
you-
don't
that's what you
like.
do.
Nobody else makes sense. Like, there's nobody else
I
that makes
recently
sense.
watched that Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. It was voted the worst match of the year in pro wrestling.
Where they
Illustrated,
projected the maggots?
thing. It was
was terrible.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was really bad.
It was worse than Horseshoe versus from that. It was like, how are these two guys who I know can wrestle
Yeah.
this bad?
Yeah.
Like it was, and even without the projections and stuff, it was just a terrible match. There was like no flow or momentum or anything.
Bray Wyatt didn't have a lot of
he was not a great
quality.
in-ring guy. He had
a big idea man.
but he usually understood moments. He had big moments. Like remember, I'm of course it's Danielson. He can make anything amazing. But that like Daniel Bryan thing with the Wyatt family, like was an awesome big moment. Right
I was
there.
at Survivor Series when
nice.
he fought the Fiend, Daniel Bryan.
Really?
Yeah, when they turned all the lights off.
Yeah.
It was magical.
Yeah. His presentation, and it was all him as far as I didn't watch the documentary yet, but everything I hear is like all that stuff was him. It's really a bummer hearing like Bo Dallas talk now because he was like, it was so amazing. I was finally going to be able to be at WrestleMania with my brother working with him and like bring Uncle Howdy back. I don't care if it's
Well, they're
dumb,
going to.
like,
That's how the That's how the documentary ended.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not.
I always like Bo.
They're not
I
subtle
was a
about
Bo
that.
lever.
Yeah.
I thought he really made chicken salad out of
When he was
working
Bo
with-
leave, that was tremendous.
Oh, that was great. He was the first NXT champ. I mean, like, or the first one of note, at least.
Yeah.
I think Seth was the first one, right? But it was like Florida championship still.
He beat
Tyler Black.
perennial future Hall of Famer. Perennial future Hall of Famer doesn't make sense. Future Hall of Famer Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
And he on that night, in fact, he was hindered. So we both have Kevin Owens for reasons. The next match, they are trying so hard lately to make this seem like a big deal. And I think they kicked it up about another 10%, but that's about it.
Has any Rumble winner in history been as backburnered as Bailey has in the leads to like
Io Sky versus Bailey for the WWE Women's Championship?
Bailey wins the Rumble, and then like it was just nothing.
A
bunch of nothing. And
they
then
usually
look like a little punk.
But they
at the
usually
very end.
beat Royal Rumble winners a lot between Rumble.
Yeah, but like backburnered to the point where I like forget she's on the roster sometimes. She won the Rumble. Like,
they're doing shit with her like on a weekly basis, which is
recently. But one of the things they do is like Io Sky stops off on her way out at the ramp to beat the hell out of her.
Yeah.
Like,
I see. Yeah, like they made her kind of look like a chump there for a minute. Like a chump, baby.
And like I said before many times, I think she's better than Becky Lynch at every part of pro wrestling. So like. Again, one half of my favorite women's match of all time.
And I could verify she's very pleasant at airports in Austin, Texas at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Did you ever hear RVD's CM Punk?
Oh, you told me that story
airline
too.
Story?
Yeah.
I told you the airline one.
Oh no.
He was like, RVD doesn't talk like about real incendiary stuff. He just talks about like annoying things that he thinks is kind of funny. He said he was sitting one seat back of Punk on flight, like it wasn't a charter flight they had to do, just a regular airline, and Punk had his back in the overhead, and how like at the end, like when everybody gets seated, the flight attendants always have to like maneuver stuff to make sure everybody fits everything in.
Yeah.
And the flight attendant said to Punk, "Sir, I'm gonna have to move your bag, but it's just gonna be like 6 inches over, just so you know, it's like 6 inches over." And Van Damme's like, and he acted like the woman was telling him that she was about to stab him in the air with a pencil. Like he was like, "Why does it have to be my bag?" And then RVD was like, and that's his whole energy all the time. He always has the "why does it have to be my bag" energy.
Yeah.
Like that's why we never really got along.
Yeah.
We never fought, but we never really got along.
When you're perpetually high and you have to deal with a guy that has conviction about everything.
And like everything is like, I'm gonna die on that hill.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Makes him very interesting.
Made him he got a good life out of it.
Yeah.
He's got
created one of my top 3 favorite wrestling characters in the history of pro wrestling.
Talking about cult leader CM Punk?
Like all of CM Punk's
cult leader
Ring
CM
of Honor through.
Yeah.
Like awesome.
Cult leader CM Punk did not get enough love. Like
No, he was great.
Yeah.
He put so much into that.
Yeah.
Like all of it was great. It was all great.
Yeah. He's hard.
If you were Raven and Ring of Honor ruled.
Yeah.
He
doesn't.
Very few Ring of Honor things I go back and watch. That's one of them.
He doesn't miss too much.
I hope we get when he returns, because we got Misery, whatever Contera, that song, his Ring of Honor song when he was in AEW. I hope we get his Fire Burns at least like once.
That was originally Randy Orton's song. Like there's
But
footage
in
of
my heart and head, it is the CM Punk beats John Cena at Mania
Yeah.
in the Bank.
Yeah.
So I want to hear it one time.
yeah. Who do you got? Bailey?
Yeah, it better be fucking Bailey. They
I
shit on
think-
her and like they made her look weak at the very end, which historically the babyface is going over that. So if they fucking job her out, we might see her on Collision.
We're going to see everyone that was in day one in that 6-woman match in this match.
Yeah.
Everyone in Damage Control is going to be down there, and then it's going to be Jade, Bianca, maybe not Jade, but at least Bianca and Naomi are going to make damn sure that Bailey wins.
It'll be a bunch of bullshit. I really hope Bailey doesn't get much assistance, and I hope she gets a classic
No, she will.
from underneath, has to fight through the odds, pulling that ponytail and hitting Bailey to belly, and I want that. I want the babyface Bailey.
While you want that, it's not what you're going to get. You're going to get a very overbooked finish because
know.
they've been building that forever.
Because it takes a long time to
Yeah.
break out of the Vince pill thing that they were stuck in for so long.
But just storyline wise,
Storyline-wise, the
damage.
best thing they could do is have Bailey completely turn face, find her true self,
Yeah.
and win an underdog match.
Right.
At WrestleMania.
No, but storyline wise, up until now,
Yeah.
if she did that, it would be out of left field because there's just been nothing but gang warfare until this
and
point.
it's a shitty, boring, stupid story, and it doesn't.
If it puts Asuka
doesn't
in-
focus on Bailey,
No.
who's the person that I want.
I just like that they're putting all these women on TV who can all fucking go.
Yeah. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I just don't want I want Bailey to get some love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's going to get as much love as Cody does. Like, they're both going to be overbooked schmoz finishes. Speaking of overbooked schmoz finishes, World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew
that's a stupid nickname, too.
McIntyre.
So what I'm hoping happens is Drew McIntyre, prior to the match, writes some scathing insult on his broadsword, and then they come out and he stabs Seth through the heart, and his life, and then we never have to hear to ruin a great promo segment ever again. You know what? He shows me his the thing too much. It's too visible all the time. I hope he loses clean.
I want to see 17 Claymores Hail Married right into his. I want to somehow he stays vertical.
Claymore him into the corner.
Yeah.
And so he gets kind of hooked up, or you do the old school you don't see anymore, the arms hooked in the
ropes.
And then just Claymore
forever.
like a video game, just spamming it until Seth's head is just
and if somebody can put
mushy puddle.
If somebody could put on the screen the clip from The Simpsons where the kid goes, "Stop, he's already dead,"
and then,
that would be great.
Yeah, and then after the match, Drew can dedicate his victory to Seth's old WrestleMania gear before he became stupid.
Yeah, and then Drew puts on Seth's old WrestleMania gear, and then he's now the father of Seth's child.
You know why he couldn't do that?
Yeah,
Because there's Seth's WrestleMania gear, bro. But you know what? It was too small for me.
I hope Drew wins and wins clean. I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah.
But if there's cheating, I hope it's just him doing the cheating.
I think it's going to be on the heels of the night before where something schmozzy Well, hang on. We have Seth winning. We have Seth turning heel the night before, right? So that means he's going to come into this match pretty fresh, right?
You know what would be great if he does do that? People can do the thing that they've been wanting to do anyway and just cheer Drew because he's awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be dope.
Yeah, and then it's clear
So he
dynamic.
could win clean.
But yeah, people are not. I don't know. Seth gets no reaction. After his song turns off, he just doesn't get a
Because he
reaction.
fucking sucks ass.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
And people actually like Drew because he's interesting. So if we're going
he's
off of
awesome.
our
He's super funny.
yeah, if we're going off of our predictions,
He's also a great wrestler.
yes, and the better guy to hold that goddamn title.
Oh yeah.
So Seth, in theory, turns on Cody.
Yeah.
So then he is smarmy, healthy, cocky heel Seth here. Yeah, solidify Drew, but you can't put him over because Seth is going to be, he's going to be in Roman's corner for the main event. So he's got to.
Do you think he'll actually be in the corner of the with bloodline rules? We don't really know what bloodline rules are.
It's no DQ because they did it on.
They've kind of intimated that there might be some other stuff.
But they did it on Raw. They did bloodline rules in the main event. It was just no
but
DQ.
They still are kind of being coy about there might be more to it.
Okay.
Than that.
Well, then we can only work with what we got. So So yeah,
I think Seth's going to turn, but I don't think he's going to actually be out there for the main event. I think he's just going to cost Cody night 1.
Oh, I like that too.
And then I think Drew is not going to be a hard babyface turn because he hasn't done anything.
No, he's
horrible.
cool
He's
tweener heat.
Kind of a dick
Yeah.
who takes advantage of opportunities.
Yeah,
And he's
absolutely.
super funny and everybody likes him. So
Yeah.
that could be a great moment for Drew actually.
Yeah.
If Seth turns, we could have a nice little WrestleMania moment for our guy.
Yeah, because he did not
Cool.
get, and he's been very vocal about that. He did not get one because he won it in an empty room when he beat Brock
and
Lesnar.
He's been like bridesmaid, never the bride, a bunch of times on stuff. Like I really thought he had a chance of being the guy that dethroned Roman at the
Clash in the Castle.
Yeah, like this could be a nice thing for him.
Yeah.
And if it's at if it costs Seth Rollins, twice as good.
Yeah, so he's going over.
Where are these flies coming
I don't know. I think a door might be cracked open. I like that. Yeah, I like Seth Andrew not being out for the main event, but I think because they've shot goddamn movie trailers with Seth in it for the main event, I think he's gonna be there. I don't know of night 2, like right.
Yeah.
So like I don't know in what capacity.
Do you think? Well, we'll talk to it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it on the next match.
And the next match is
The main event of the evening and of WrestleMania 40.
which will be the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Cody.
The American Nightmare.
Freaking Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, baby.
Cody freaking
Does Cody
Rhodes.
get all of the money from his T-shirt merch sales because he owns that logo?
Oh, then yeah.
Like WWE never does it. They usually don't let you bring in logos and stuff.
Yeah.
Cody is seriously, he's one of one.
I'm sure they have a
He's
license.
like the first guy that's ever done everything.
They have to have a licensing agreement. They have to. They're not
But
gonna.
like that's Cody's. He owns it.
I understand that, but like you can license out things, and
Owns
also
the music too.
they're not gonna print T-shirts with a thing they can't make money
It's an
on.
awesome T-shirt, the one with the blood on it. You see
There's
it?
100 T-shirts.
But the new one, the bloody one.
My nephew's got 2 of them. Yeah, I saw it. It's pretty dope.
His logo is fantastic.
Yeah.
And nobody liked him but me when he was at the end of his AEW career.
Yeah.
I was like, he's a genius, and he's going to prove it to all you haters.
And I'm going to start a podcast, and I'm going to tell you all about it.
And he has, and I did.
And you did. This is going to be the most overbooked fucking thing in the.
But it is.
It's Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
what they're doing.
If it is overbooked, I want Stone Cold, I want Cena.
That's what-
I
yep,
like all
yes,
of them. I
yes.
want every one of those people.
It's it's going to be. I hope they don't go to the degree like where everyone.
Farouk to come back because he's pissed off about when Rock left the
Nation?
of Domination.
Oh, he's holding on to that grudge for 30 years.
D'Lo Brown's gonna come back.
I'm okay with that. Oh, I'd be okay if the Nation of Domination came back, and like, then I would like The Rock to go back into
Ken
that.
Shamrock's gonna be there because he feuded over the IC title.
How did he not go in the Hall of Fame this year? I thought he was going in, and that would have been a great spot to put him
It's
in.
a weird one to hold off.
Yeah.
On.
Like, I don't know what he did wrong, but
Why Barry Windham not in the Hall of Fame? He's like sick. He's been sick for 15 years.
He's-
what are they waiting for?
he's gonna go in as
Put him in.
he's gonna go in as the stalker.
He's in he's in there half-assedly, like as a member of the Horsemen.
Yeah,
But he had a good enough career. He needs to be in there. I'm like,
I agree. No, he was a big deal for a while. So everyone, I don't want this to be the case, but I think this is what's going to happen. Everyone that's ever been wronged by the bloodline is going to come out and help Cody Rhodes, which just cheapens the fuck out of this
I
victory.
think so too.
Yeah.
I just decided this morning. I think Rowan's gonna win.
You think?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Do tell.
Yeah, I think
So what's Cody going to do after this? Because it's
Fight The Rock.
not be a wrestler?
when The Rock comes back,
So Cody's never going to be champ? Because you
I think
can't
he's gonna get fucked out of it.
you can't put it on him after this.
Probably not.
No.
At least not off of.
You know what,
Roman,
though?
But that's also part of his lifelong story.
Yeah.
He did the same thing in AEW.
Yeah.
And he likes that cohesion. And Roman, I was trying to picture Roman Reigns with the music coming out without belts, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And he hasn't beaten Hogan's record yet.
SummerSlam. You think SummerSlam's like the night of turns?
Yep.
Or the night of title changes?
I think Roman's winning.
So so that would play.
I mean, this is it's Roman is like a 1 in a trillion long shot here.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't think I'm super genius or anything.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling I got today. I'm like trying to picture Roman coming out to that song without the title, and I don't think he's going to abandon that character yet.
No.
He's winning.
Yeah. Also,
I mean, it'll be some
too,
bullshit, but he'll win.
I think there's
I
going
just
to
hope
be.
it's not just like the regular Solo and Jimmy bullshit.
No.
It'll be like Avengers
Oh,
War.
no, they're gonna do all the usual. They're gonna play the hits. Solo's gonna come out and he's gonna do the distraction, but someone's gonna be his foil. Like they're gonna play. This is gonna be like super rewarding for everybody that's watched every Roman match.
And remember how I was just talking about how I'm nervous about what are they going to do after Mania?
Yeah.
Well, that makes it more interesting after Mania if the thing that absolutely
Instead
nobody
of
thinks is going to
instead of Cody,
happen. Cody just being happy as the champ for 2 months and it gets boring.
and then lose to who? Who's he gonna fight? Like I thought Orton would make natural sense because now you're just like, oh, legacy.
I would want it to be Drew and then just throw that other belt in the trash where it
Yeah.
belongs.
But then Drew loses, and I don't want that.
I'm like, yeah. Well, if Drew's babyface by then, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like. I want to heal, but like, yeah. I kind of think it's more interesting, and I also think people hate it in the right way this time.
Yeah.
I think last year people hated it like, oh, WWE fucking it up again.
Yeah.
Whereas now they have like a year of incredible booking behind them. And people are just going to be super pissed off because their favorite guy came up short again because he got fucked out of it.
Yeah.
You know what? My dream scenario would be MJF costing Cody the title.
Sure.
But I think he'll just get screwed. I mean, really, it's overwhelmingly odds that Cody's winning and standing tall at the end. But I don't know. I just got a feeling
It's not fun if Cody wins.
it could. I mean, it's going to be an awesome match. Cody's matches are great.
I'm not
They'll
concerned
make me
about-
feel he'll
yeah.
win it. I'll feel great when he wins it, and then stop caring about it the second that they leave the stage. Like,
It's the same thing that happened when Daniel Bryan won.
yeah.
I was like, okay, now
So
what?
He's so smart. He didn't like having long title reigns unless he was a heel.
Yeah.
His heel title run reigns were awesome.
Yeah.
But baby faces, especially like super white meat ones, like the reason we didn't like Eddie Kingston for a while, because like I'm cheering. You're already the champ.
Yeah.
Like, I want to cheer for the guy I like to be fighting up for something.
Right.
And because this is all schmazzy, what you could then do is the thing that I was calling for before. I want to see Cody win mano-y-mano. Roman hasn't won a match clean in forever. Let them have like a Hell in a Cell or something where it's just them. Like call back to his pectoral injury thing. Tell me that wouldn't be fucking dope.
No, everything you're saying is correct. Like, but now I'm trying to decide. Like, okay, so
Like the one thing this is guaranteed to be is a schmaz fest.
Yes.
Like, it's built in.
yeah,
But the best thing you can do for your like super underdog babyface is have him win on his own terms. Like
Yeah.
mano a mano. I can beat you because I'm the better man.
Right.
Which is all what Cody's all about. You
Yeah.
know, like
also too, all convoluted and shit leading up to this, because it was like Cody said they pivoted, right?
Yeah.
Like, what did they pivot off of? Rock Roman?
I don't know if he said it like as overtly as that, but he did say we pivoted from what the initial.
What was the initial plan?
Well, the initial plan was Cody to win it only before The Rock even like decided to come back. And then The Rock came back and he tried to do his.
yeah.
Now it's awesome because he's doing it disingenuously. It's
Yeah.
great. And he's talking about mana all the time.
Goose pimples. Look at goose pimples on my goose pimples.
But like when The Rock came back, they did not expect everyone to hate him.
Yeah.
Which they did because they love Cody so much.
Yeah.
And then they pivoted to this like final form Amazing Rock.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we're gonna lose him because he's like contract for a movie.
Yeah.
Starting in the mid-April or something.
So that. Oh, okay. So let's keep extrapolating
Man, on
this.
Sunday night, you and me are going to be acknowledging
Yeah.
our tribal chief.
I'm not taking off my. I might wear it at shows this
I'll
weekend.
probably bring it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say this. So Cody Rock is the main reason Cody loses, right?
Yeah.
Rock is now off TV for how long?
On for it's by short shoot, but they said 4 or 5 months.
When he comes back,
If like he improves as much as he has over the last like 2 months, over that 5 months, when he comes back, he's gonna actually be a god that just like floats into the arena.
but he's also Twitter promo Rock now too, so he might not
We
leave.
could just get instant. We get 20-minute awesome Rock.
He might
Instagram.
not leave.
Yeah.
He'll like
My
sit
favorite
on.
promos he's doing are the ones.
Yeah.
like,
Holy shit! I want. Okay, so who's Okay, so
Now I want Roman.
Now,
to win.
now I'm circling. I'm underlining Roman because we have created a better
Tuck
story.
myself into a much better, more interesting story than Cody's the champ now, and I guess maybe Gunther will fight him or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? So then,
Seth.
So
I like that feud with Seth. There's a blow off for that.
which is fine because like they have good matches, but like
Cody has good matches.
if you're just listening, Sully just made a face like I fed him Brussels sprouts for the first time. He really didn't like
Seth
it.
has like the same match as he always has for the last 10 years, and when he's lucky enough to have Cody in there with him, it becomes a little bit interesting, especially when Cody's like titty is falling off.
If you love Falcon Arrows as much as I do, then
Yeah.
that's the right
He
one
sure
for
loves
you.
those.
Loves Falcon Arrows.
John Callis during Dynamite said Will Hobbs had pecs like dinner plates, which I thought was amusing.
So
we're both we're in agreement. Acknowledge our tribal chief.
I'm going to acknowledge your tribal chief to retain the title.
Roman is winning.
Yeah.
Your brother's son is going to be upset.
Yeah. And he's going to have, I don't know.
Especially when his uncle and his dad's, one of his closest friends, are like both
Yeah.
wearing Roman Reigns leis.
He's like, wait, what?
and doing tribal chief.
I'm going to have to chew my tongue off when Jey Uso's wrestling because he loves Jey, because he's 10. So he's
a child.
He's the right demographic for Jey
The only
Uso.
reason I don't say like as mean of things about Jey Uso as I really want to is because of Mason.
Yeah.
I don't want him to overhear me saying what I really think of Jey Uso.
No. That he's for children. So, big schmoz finish. I don't even know who's going to be in whose corner. They're teasing.
It'll be a good schmoz.
They're
though.
teasing
It'll be
Cena
like a
and Austin.
Fun attitude era level schmoz.
I don't know why they're teasing Cena and all. Like
I do think they're going to be there.
Is it because of like Rock, like their history with the
There's
Rock?
like two giant feuds of his.
Oh.
I mean, Rock is like Austin is like Rock's forever.
Yeah, principal.
feud. Like and then the Cena thing that's like one of the more famous things the Rock's ever done.
Yeah.
When Cena kind of cooked him, because Rock didn't expect Cena to be able to like do that off the cuff stuff.
Yeah. Getting my watches. I'm very popular all of a sudden.
Cena would struggle with this Rock though.
Yeah.
Because
to hang with him verbally?
the mana.
I don't know, dude. If you let Cena off his leash and actually
Yeah.
cut promos, he might.
Yeah, but now Rock's like, "Fuck you, fucking piece of shit."
And we don't know if we don't know what Cena could do in that
well,
arena.
Peacemaker, it's a very blue show. So you gotta watch it. You gotta get on.
I
Peacemaker. It
have.
rules.
There's enough wrestling to keep my
It is-
television.
Yeah, but you
bill.
like comedy, and it is a very
I like
well
comedy.
written
I like to laugh.
comedy show.
I'm smart.
I'm smart,
Marty, I'm
not
smart.
stupid. I'm smart.
I don't know who's going to be in whose corner. I don't know how it's going to go. I fucking love that. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Love every bit of it.
Yeah. Total in the dark. I'm going to be so goddamn entertained for 2 nights of wrestling.
Mama Rhodes gonna cry on the bloody belt.
Cry on it?
Well, Rock said, "I'm gonna put blood, Cody's blood, your tears."
Yeah.
And Rock so far doing everything he says he's gonna do.
I forgot about that Mama Rhodes thing. Yeah, let's say yeah.
I think Rock is.
It didn't even need it.
Pull her out of the stands and hit her with a Samoan drop. He's going to show Nia Jax what a Samoan drop actually supposed to look
She's not
like.
on the show.
She got stink faced out of her existence.
She carried the company like on her broad back for a while.
Carried what company?
The entire
run an
women's
indie fed or
division.
something?
The entire women's division, sir. It's on the back of Nia
Just
Jax.
because they put a person on television non-stop does not mean that they are carrying anything.
Oh, normally you'd be right, but when you are the quality performer that Nia Jax is, it's undeniable.
I.e. has never had a good match in her life.
Yeah, she's only had great matches.
All with Tamina.
Yeah.
Nobody's Mina.
Nobody's meaner than Tamina.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know you're going to enjoy WrestleMania 40 because just, goddamn it, look at this card. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what's going to happen, except that my picks are going to be more correct than David's, and he's going to lose both his pinky toe and his foreskin.
Yeah.
To me, which will be put on a shelf in a jar.
Hey, why
in
am I?
formaldehyde
I'm not celebrating this.
behind us. Well, one of our body parts, or maybe one and one,
Yeah.
will be in the jar up here. I have
Yeah.
a bunch of mason jars ready, and I ordered the formaldehyde on Amazon earlier today.
Yeah.
So enjoy WrestleMania. If you have not, go check out our AEW Dynamite half of the Blue Thunder Pod this week. Going to drop same time Friday morning. So you guys will see those both go up, and then we have a Turnbuckle Time Machine episode coming to you 7 a.m. Central Standard Time Monday morning.
That's
Thanks
what
for
time you put
joining
them out?
us.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, that's now that I'm like setting them up ahead of time. I just figured 7 was.
I just wake up and they're there. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's like how I'd like breakfast.
That would be nice.
That'd be nice.
You always cook breakfast for me since my mom about 25 years ago. I don't think.
See, we have a new goal.
Find a
Turnbuckle.
slave to make me breakfast.
I interrupted your outro. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
My outro is mostly just leading to Dave saying,
Bye.
"Bye bye, everybody."
Goodbye.